What's up, guys, and welcome to TennoView episode 8. We have a very special guest today. His name is ChildishRambino, moderator extraordinaire, the punniest guy I've ever met. I'm actually really looking forward to this interview. The guy's very well spoken and has a very nice voice, to be honest. So we're gonna jump into this. We're gonna play a little bit of the new game type, well, the renamed game type. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Let's get into this. Hello, welcome. Hello, Mr. Rambino. Talk to me, Goose. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. And it does look like I have a question here. What is my favorite Warframe? So it actually falls into three. My first love in this game was Valkyr, in that I love her design. I love the concept of her, and I also love that you're basically invincible as long as you have energy. You can't die. Although that's not necessarily the case in PvP, as I found out the hard way. Followed by Titania, which I love that basically you can turn any mission into an Archwing mission. And then there is Octavia. I enjoy her design, but unfortunately I do think she needs a little bit of a rework on her kit. But that can come later.
Well, right on. Hey, so just going forward, Rambito, let me ask the questions from chat. Because I have a set of questions, and then we get to the chat questions.
Gotcha.
Sound good?
Absolutely.
All right, man. So, first off, let's find out a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself. Not necessarily where you're from, but what do you do besides play Warframe?
So, I'm actually kind of become a jack of all trades. I work with kids. I'm a youth outreach counselor, or was. I'm trying to find new work now since, you know, like the opportunities there are kind of becoming shallow. So I'm in the process of trying to find a new job.
Okay.
I am going to school to become either a firefighter or arson investigator.
Ooh.
So I'm studying fire technology at my local college.
That's interesting. I like that. I've never heard of that, but I know they exist. That sounds like a really cool job. Like, you analyze the burn patterns and try to find out where it started and if there's an accelerant and stuff. That's cool. That's really cool. How long have you been playing Warframe?
Actually, I came up on my year anniversary just a few weeks ago, I believe.
Oh, right. And that was like as an everyday player, or did you take some breaks?
I do take breaks, but the thing is, I don't mind just coming into it for like a few weeks just straight. I do enjoy the late game aspect, although at this point I have so many weapons, the only things that are stopping me are weapons I can't necessarily farm for very easily, like the clan tech mutagen mask weapons.
Okay. What's your favorite part about Warframe? What keeps you coming back?
Well, honestly, it's a mix of things, but I do like the story behind the scenes. I mean, I see a lot of theory crafting. Like, you know, obviously Harrow, there's speculation about, you know, operators and,
yeah,
you know, is he related to the Stalker, which would be definitely interesting.
Yes, I agree.
Understand.
So you played the quest then?
I have. I actually was, I mean, I don't want to make anybody upset here, but that quest, as good as it was, I was really sad it took all of 5 minutes to do. Like, I can't wait for Zopni to like speedrun that, you know?
Yeah, I will agree to that. It was really good, but a little bit short, in my opinion.
It makes me want to see Warframe in a different light, and that they could add horror and to the game, and that, you know, you could turn the lights off and the game becomes really scary.
Yeah, these enemies are definitely not cute. So you add some you add some darkness to it and a little bit of jump scare. You can change the game. It's very versatile. It's almost like the game itself is a Warframe. Just add the darkness mod and it's a whole new game. So when did you start streaming Warframe?
I believe actually it became the first game I started streaming back in January, just because I was trying to find things that ran smooth, because obviously I had to play around with OBS to find out what was draining CPU and what wasn't. So.
Okay. And so how long have you been streaming Warframe now?
I'd say off and on for just about 3 months.
3 months, okay. What's your favorite part about streaming?
Personally, for me, I enjoy just having pointed conversations about things. Granted, it gets a little nerdy about the way I talk about things, but I do enjoy just having an open discussion about balance, what is wrong with Warframe, how can we fix it, and what are they doing right.
Good stuff. Okay, now, when you say nerdy, what do you mean? You said it was like a negative connotation.
Yeah, well, the thing is, obviously, people don't like discussing like smaller things. Like, Damage 3.0 has been widely requested, but the problem is if they implement it right now, it makes a lot of things obsolete. Rivens, for example, would need a complete rework, which is why I personally want them taken out and buff the weapons and then put them back in with separate stats.
Okay. So have they talked about Damage 3.0 already? Because I haven't.
They've definitely teased at it, but the problem is that many times that they've talked about it, they'd say, well, it goes into destroying mandatory damage mods. Because as it stands, most weapons already need serration, and I can't think of a weapon that doesn't for rifles. And then you need multi-shot, because multi-shot is arguably one of the most beneficial stats you can have on a gun, because you get bonus status chance and bonus projectile damage.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you kind of hinted at it a little bit. What do you think needs to be improved in Warframe? Like the one thing
personally, for me, I want to see sorties changed immediately. For me, I find them unfair, unbalanced, and just overall just mindless, because it doesn't make sense to me when I don't know what the devs were intending when you have a level 100 Raptor instantly kill you if you use any other frame that doesn't give you invincibility. See, what I don't like currently about sorties is that you can't just pick one Warframe and go through it. See, let's say you had Excalibur. Excalibur, in any case, is a bad idea for level 100 enemies.
Yeah.
He does not scale very well, and shields are basically irrelevant if it's infested, because the gas proc will immediately tear you to shreds. And I argued that you don't necessarily need higher level enemies for it to be challenging. You could have level 15 enemies, but have a challenging map with maybe a randomly generated maze or something.
Okay.
And something that encourages you to explore, and it feels like you're more raid-esque,
So you'd like to see something that's a little bit more balanced, where you don't need to have a team of certain Warframes to go in. You can just take your favorite and make it happen. Okay.
That is my biggest desire for the game, is that regardless of who you pick, just like Pokemon, regardless of who you like, you should be able to do just fine with who you pick.
Yeah, if you level it up enough and stuff.
Right.
It's like no matter how much I level up my mag, she can only withstand so much damage,
Correct.
Ah, that makes sense. What's your favorite part about Warframe?
I enjoy seeing the different weapon types. I just want them to flesh those out more and make them maybe a little bit more accessible. As it is, I personally think the Cycron is very interesting as a gun, but it's terrible. I've formed it 4 times, and I want to make it good, but in its current state, it's really poor.
Okay. I like that. Sorry. I kind of got distracted by our mission a little bit. Where was I on my thing? So besides streaming, I know that you moderate for a lot of people. Is that something that you really enjoy?
I do, actually. I did reach 20 streams on this account, and I moderate for just about under 90 streams in total. The only reason I have separate accounts is because there are bigger streamers that I enjoy the privacy a little bit more. Because obviously you've seen just people be like, oh, hey, can I PM you? Can I PM you? I have to keep my DMs open on that account, because if I'm contacted by someone else, I have to be ready to help them.
Yeah. Whereas, in your account, if you wanted privacy, you might be able to turn that off a little bit.
Correct.
What's your favorite part about moderating? Why do you... I've heard you talk about it before. We had a discussion about it, but I would like you to share it. What are your views on moderation, and why do you like doing it so much?
Personally, for me, I enjoy meeting new people in a way that benefits me in terms of personal growth. So, say I came into your stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like your vibes, and basically I would say, I want to work with you. I want to help you grow. I want to grow with you. I want to see you succeed. And personally, for me, I feel that moderating is an excellent way to keep in touch with multiple communities, and you can be seen as somewhat of an extension of that streamer's will. Like, they say, look, I trust you. You can handle administrative stuff. Maybe you could get in contact with people for me. Like represent me and my community, and show the passion that they have, the professionalism, things like that.
How do you find the time to be active in so many chats as a moderator?
That's a great question. There are some days where I'm just like half asleep, but more often than not, what I'll do is I'll have the separate streams, if they're on at the same time, just in different tabs, and I'll watch the chats. If I hear, or if I see or hear anything that doesn't right with me, I usually just focus on that one for just a few seconds and kind of gauge what I need to do.
Okay. As far as streamers go, I know I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Which one's your favorite chat to moderate for?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, if I had to really consider it, I'd probably say Mira Scarlet. She is a cosplayer, and I've learned a lot about her. There's also Sarah Fong that I'm waiting for her to stream again. It's been like a month because she's been busy with stuff, but I love seeing things that I've never been exposed to, like cosplaying. Completely crazy. The way that you just design things so skillfully. She taught herself how to sew.
Yeah, dude. I'll agree with you on that. Cosplay's pretty incredible. Like, I'll admit, like when I first started looking at cosplayers, it's because they were hot chicks. I'm not even gonna lie. But then I started following them on Instagram and their Twitters and stuff, and you start seeing what they actually do to get the shit to look like that. It's fucking phenomenal. They're very talented artists, and it's incredible. I feel like they don't necessarily get a lot of credit for it. Especially on the internet, because they are attractive females, and people always have a weird attitude towards that sort of thing.
No, absolutely. I've definitely had my fair share of people be creepy about the way they compliment the streamers.
Yeah, a lot of the time I feel like people on the internet, just because of the anonymity and not being face to face, they kind of either disregard or forget that that person's more than an attractive human. They're a person. They have feelings, and they're doing something that they enjoy, and they're trying to share it with you. They're not trying to get you to tell them that they're hot or they're good looking. Oh my god, I want to do dirty things to you type shit. They're there to show you what they're doing and want appreciation for that. They deserve it.
Absolutely.
Like, one of the people that I follow and watch on a regular basis is Pike Fashion. She's not is it Pike Fashion? I think it is. She's not a cosplayer, but she does body painting. And
really,
yeah, and how she describes what she does, she calls it. She says she lives between the world of 3D, 2D, and 3D. She likes to live in between there. So what she does is she paints herself like characters from comic books, and she did a really kick-ass Piccolo. She was doing Zamasu the other night. But so she paints herself so that when she doesn't move, she looks like she's from a comic book, 2D. And then she'll move a little bit, and the thing comes to life, and it's incredible. And this girl's sitting here on streams for 10 hours painting herself, and K-Pike herself is just a phenomenal human being. She's one of the most positive people I've ever seen. Always smiling, always peppy, always just super nice. If you ever get a chance to check her out, I would recommend it. Anybody here? Nice little shout out to Pike Fashion. But she kind of was a big part of the Twitch Unity thing that went around for a while. And anyway, enough about that. We're talking about you, Mr. Rambino. How often do you stream, dude? Do you have a set schedule, or you just kind of whenever you feel like it?
Also a great question. So I don't have I haven't had the time to put together a schedule, but what I've been doing, I've been streaming just about every day.
Okay.
And I'll do 2 hours just because I was browsing on Reddit, obviously, because I was curious. I joined the subreddit. I was like, look, I need advice. And I saw this guy. He's like, look, you really don't need to stream for 10 hours. because I mean, he was a partner streaming. It was like streaming for no more than 2 to 3 hours. It's enough time for people to stop in, feel rewarded for watching you, and talk. And I was like, well, he had some valid points, but there are some streamers that go for like 16, 18 hours a day. And I don't think that's necessarily a good idea because, there's also health issues. You need to like get up and stretch and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why, you've been here. I don't know if you've been here when I do it, but every hour or so I make sure I get up and stretch. Just because it's good and it's not, not good to sit for too long. But the way I was taught by one of my mentors was that the key to streaming is consistency. If you're live for 2 hours, you're live for 2 hours every day, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at this time, people are going to learn when to find you. And if they enjoy your content, they're going to be there when you go live. The consistency is more important than anything. Even if you just stream for an hour. If you're going to stream for an hour, set your schedule and you stream for an hour on those times every day, no matter what. And I'm still I don't necessarily am not able to do that because I'm gonna get away from this fucking targets because I'm about to get attacked. Because I stream 7 days a week, so I allow myself days off here and there. But that's awesome, dude. I look forward to getting into your regular schedule and being able to check you out. I haven't been able to get into the stream yet myself. Where can do you have a Twitter? Are you active on Twitter so people could follow you on Twitter? And
I am. I'm definitely looking for feedback for what I do because I think the biggest issue for me right now, I'm just trying to find my niche.
Okay.
It's difficult for me to just play something and, I'm wondering how can I make this and give it my own spin because, I've seen Warframe and it's personally like looking at it, it's difficult to grow a community just based on how difficult it is to interact with people in game. Because the game has a voice chat, but half the people don't even use it, and when they do, it's usually just you can't hear them because of the audio quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I love playing new games, but if it's something that people enjoy, I enjoy the interaction so much. It's so interesting to see different viewpoints on a game.
So that sounds like that's your niche right there. That you just you're a chat interactor. That's your niche. So it doesn't matter what you play, you just need to focus on that chat, Oh man, we are losing crew members. This is stupid. Let's see. So when someone does come to your stream, what can they expect? Like, what kind of atmosphere are you trying to portray, or do you like to have?
So that's a great question. So I kind of decided because of the way that I see my life, I want to kind of appeal to people that, they've had a long day at work or they're struggling through something. And I've dubbed my stream the De-Stress Express. So I remember growing up, I used to listen to, I don't know if you've heard the radio station 94.7?
No.
The Wave? All right. So they had something called the No Stress Express. And I was like, what? I kind of like that. Like you're driving in traffic, you're getting out of work. You want to listen to something that'll calm your nerves. You get home, you just kick your feet up, and you talk about your day. And I'm aiming to make my stream like low stress, just something that people can watch and talk actively about. It's been a rough day, but the sun rises again.
Nice positive attitude. I can definitely dig that, sir. Now, you just play Warframe on PC, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who is your biggest influencer on Twitch as far as that you look up to or might go to for some advice?
I haven't really found that per se. I have definitely taken a little bit from everybody's stream, and I think that in itself speaks volumes for at least me because I try not to focus on one person too much, only because I'm looking for a diversification in the way that I grow. So, obviously I had no idea who you were rather, before the charity event, and I saw just, how hyped you were to do what you did. You had the wig on, you came in there just gnarly, and I definitely wanted to be around you more, that kind of energy. It gives me inspiration,
Yeah. That is Yeah. I got a lot of comments on that, so I think I did something right with that. That honestly was a last second decision. It was sitting here by me. I was nervous, and like I was like, how am I gonna start this? I didn't know what to do, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna sandstorm it out and put some Super Saiyan hair on. So I hope I haven't disappointed you. I know my levels of hype change based on what we're doing, but you know, if you have any questions about streaming, I'm happy to help you.
I mean, from what I've seen from you, even though your energy levels have changed, it's not necessarily a bad thing because you're honest. I've seen you that you're just a genuine person in the way that you talk to people. You don't really have an inflated way of talking to people, and I definitely respect that. You have a certain warmth in your words, even if like, I can sense the tiredness sometimes. 'Cause, you just had a long day and you're ready for that host on someone else, and even then you're still going strong, and I appreciate that.
I do my best. What frame would you want in real life? By Radioactive Pie would like to know.
Um, Probably Valkyr
Okay.
or Titania. I wouldn't want Octavia because I don't want to go invisible if I squat down at the wrong time. But for me, like, it's always fascinated me how you can have a duality of humanity when you have someone like Valkyr. If you want to really psychoanalyze Valkyr, imagine just being viciously tortured and you become this shell of who you once were, and you just become this ruthless killing machine. That to me it fascinates me. I love characters like that. Like if you've seen Boku no Academia, the fire and ice guy, it kind of exemplifies that.
I haven't, but
I forget his name, but you get the idea though.
yeah, I do definitely. Um, I had a question and I totally just am blanking on it. If you could play one mission type only on Warframe, what would it be?
Probably excavation, because at the very least I'd be getting cryotic.
All right, Power Wolf has a question. Excavation's good. I would do survival personally, but I like excavation too. I don't. Defense is the hardest one for me to do a long period in. Power wants to know: is there any other games besides Warframe that you have a piqued interest in, both new and
Absolutely.
upcoming or old?
So I'm a big Monster Hunter fan,
Oh,
and I'm really excited for Dauntless. I know I tagged you in that, and you had no idea what it was, but
yeah.
I feel you are the kind of person I'd want to show Monster Hunter to, because what it is, it's basically an RPG. It's a hack and slash, but it's kind of Dark Soulsy-ish. But the concept is that together you hunt giant monsters. You cut them up, you make weapons out of them and armor, and you just keep doing that. And it's really, really interesting the way that Dauntless looks to appeal to that audience.
Is that a free-to-play game?
It is. Dauntless will be free to play at the end of this year.
Is it? So wait, when will you be able to play it?
So you can actually purchase a Founders Pack now for I think it's like $70 on sale to get access to the alpha now. However, they're looking to release it by the end of this year. And
Okay.
it'll be free to play.
That's cool. Man, you know what? I have to tell you, Warframe has changed my views on like founder packs and stuff. Like, just how bad I want Excalibur Prime makes me want to buy other founder packs just in case there's something in that game that is like that. It's something that you can only get with the founders pack, and then 5 years later, somebody's like, "Oh man, I wish I had that." I'm like, yeah, I got that. Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. So I'm out of questions. Looks like. Oh wait, Radio's got one more question. Have you ever rage quit a game?
I have several times. There was a time in a very old Japanese RPG I played on the PlayStation 1 where I forgot to save, and I ended up wasting like 2 hours of my time. But that was young, and rage quitting a game, like the last time I did that was like maybe Undertale.
Okay.
I couldn't get past a certain part. It took me so long, and then I finally finished it, and I was like, my God.
For me, I think the last time I rage quit was the other night because we were doing an Orc Derelict survival, and we were at like 38 minutes, and then all of a sudden the game just decided to cut the host. So we couldn't even get back into the game. Everybody just got kicked and we lost everything that we made. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Just walked away.
That's not a bug. That's a feature.
That's a feature. Gotcha. Aha! All right, man. We're going to get to the random question. I don't know if you know how this works, but we have a little generator. I click the button and you answer it. Whatever it says. It's like a random 8-ball. You ready?
Let's do it.
Would you rather be granted 3 wishes of your choice 10 years from today, or be granted 1 wish today?
I'd rather go for the 10 years because I could just wish for. I wish this was 10 years ago.
What? Oh, you would wish for the same wish that you would have wished for today 10 years from now?
Right.
Right on, dude. Well, Mr. Rambino, do you have any questions for me or any final statement that you'd like to make before we wrap this up?
I do. So, Warframe partner, why did you decide to apply for Warframe partnership?
That's a tough question because there's a lot of reasons. Mostly because I love this game and I know how much better this game is with friends, and I kind of just wanted to be a beacon for that. Like, people see a Warframe partner, like, I want them to know that they can come in here, I'll help you, we'll play together. I have other people that we can play together with, like, we can all be friends, we can all enjoy this game more and more. And I honestly didn't have a lot of friends that played Warframe when I started really getting sucked back into it, because I played Destiny. Like, that was my game. That's where all my friends are from. Like, that's where I played. I played 6,000 hours on that game. And I got sucked back into Warframe in December, and I was just like, you know what? I want to make a push for Warframe Partner because I love this game. I want to stream it, and I want to be able to give back to the community that, well, eventually it became, at first it was just, I want to stream Warframe because I like this game and I want more people to play with. As I started getting involved with the community and meeting people, that's when Warframe Partner really became something I wanted. I knew it existed, and mostly it was like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of cool to get a glyphing game, but as I started to become more incorporated and meet people, it's like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help this place grow. I want to help, I don't know, heal the directory is what I've been told it needs to happen, but I'm like, I haven't really seen any of that negativity other than forum stuff. Like, in the Twitch directory, all I've met are kind, happy, fun-having people that want to play this game and help each other. So it's, you know, it's easy, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And now as a partner, I can show you guys the new stuff, so you guys can get hyped about it. Then I can get some plat codes and give them back to you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have been in, if you haven't been in the stream, that's what I do. Like, if I get a platinum discount, I buy platinum with money I got from the stream and give it back to you guys. Like, that's, I'm just want to give you stuff. Yo, Cowie just subscribed. Thank you, man. Sorry to break the interview, but man, thank you for that new sub. My man, Cowie! Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Off topic as fuck, but Rambino is going to be my Valkyrie brother.
I'm more than open to doing that. I love Valkyrie.
Did that answer your question? Is there anything you want me to, like, expand on, or?
The only other question I have for you is that, obviously, I don't tell many people, but like I'm working on amateur voice acting. Would you let me give you an outro for this interview?
Yeah. wait. I'll tell you when, because I gotta do a little sign off thing, and then we're gonna put on the screen, and then it's all yours. You ready?
All right.
All right. Yo, guys, this has been episode 8 of TennoView with our guest, ChildishRambino. If you're in chat, !guest, follow him on Twitch, follow him on Twitter. Go check him out. Be his friend. Touch his butt. If you're watching on YouTube and you liked this, we post this after every episode, which are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Next week, we'll be doing one on Monday because Tuesday is the 4th of July in the States. So we'll be doing it on Monday. And I believe we have Jay Neverwhere lined up, one of my friends from this directory that I absolutely adore. So I look forward to that. I had a blast talking to Mr. Rambino here. Very well spoken, very easy to talk to for a long period of time. So make sure you guys check him out. And now, Rambino, cue it. Go.
You're watching Twitch.tv, Goku707, the best meme stream, and the mainstream of the galaxy. Thank you so much for tuning in to here live on Twitch.tv. This has been the interview with ChildishRambino, aka Childish Punbino.
Well done, dude. That was great. All right, we're gonna extra. Good talk, man. Thank you for jumping in with me. I appreciate you taking your time.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure, dude. And if you ever need any help, just hit me up, man. I'm happy to grow with you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna jump out of here, dude. Have a great day.
You too.